Hello, English language learners. Today's video is going to be about how to think in English. What are the 5 steps that you can take to improve your ability to think in English? How many times have you found yourself in a conversation where you have to take too much time to think? It makes the conversation less natural. It's not flowing as smoothly. If your goal is to increase your ability to have good flowing, timely conversations in English, then this video is going to help you. So there are 5 steps that you can take every single day in order to improve your ability to think in English, which will improve your ability to have more meaningful conversations in English. Okay, so the 5 steps. First step is look and name. Step 2 is talk to yourself. Step 3 is English dictionary. And then step 4, English environment. And step 5, speak freely and get feedback. Okay, so let's look at step 1, look and name. This is something that you can do every single day just to yourself. Nobody else needs to even know that you're doing this. You could be anywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. Where are you right now? Pause this video and look around the room. What is in front of you? What can you name that's in the room? Just say the name of it. Chair, door, couch, TV, window, toothbrush, mirror. As you walk through your house, just look at things and try to think of the English word first. And don't translate it. The key is not to translate. The key is to look at an object and think of the English word. The first time you try this, you might not get it. Just try it for 5 minutes every day. Put it on your schedule, 5 minutes. Look at stuff and think in English. A tip that I can give you to help remind you to do this every day is take a Post-it note. Put it on a few things that you have in your house. Put it on your door. Put a Post-it note on your door that says door. Put a Post-it note on your chair that says chair. Put new words on and put words that you already know. The Post-it note is there to remind you to think in English. Another thing that you can do, get a piece of notebook paper, write a sentence from a TV show, and then put it on your wall. And then when you're walking around, you see it, look at it and say it out loud. And the next time you watch a TV show in English, do the same thing. Add another sentence. Step 2, talk to yourself. If your ability to understand English is better than your ability to speak, then you need to practice speaking more. You don't need the perfect environment to practice speaking English. You just need to do it. So talk to yourself. When you wake up in the morning, say, I'm going to get out of bed. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to go make myself breakfast. Say these things out loud to yourself. The more you become comfortable using the English language, the more natural it will start to feel and the more comfortable you will be speaking, and your confidence will increase. Confidence is key in having successful conversations. And when you're talking to yourself, the key in this exercise is to not think about it first in your native language, but to think about it in English and then say it in English. And just like the first one with naming, this can take time to perfect. Maybe it's hard the first time. 5 minutes a day. Do this every day, and you will get better at it and you will grow your confidence if you stick to this method, doing this every day. Step 3, English dictionary. Don't translate English words into your native language. Look them up in an English dictionary and see if you can figure out what it means. This is going to help you think in English, because if you get a new word and you just translate it, when you go to have a conversation, when you try to think and recall that word, you're going to think in your native language, translate it, and then produce that word. But if you discovered this word through an English definition, then that completely takes the translation out of it, and you will be able to think faster. When you find words in text that you don't know, stop reading the book, get your dictionary out, and look up the definition and see if you can figure out what that word means from the English definition. This brings me to step 4, the English environment. You want to create an artificial world in which you use the English language. Maybe you are living in an English-speaking country. Great, embrace that. Use English as much as you can. Find English corners, go practice with other people. Talk to people in real life. You have a great advantage, but not everyone has that opportunity. You want to get better at English, but you are not in an English-speaking country. So how can you create an atmosphere where you're hearing English every single day and getting used to the structure of the language and the sounds of the language? One thing you can do is you can change the settings in your phone or the settings on your computer to English. I can show you how to do that on a Mac computer as well. All right, so you just go down to System Preferences, up to Languages and Region. Mine's already set to English, and then you go down to the plus sign, type English into the search bar, select the English language you want, and that's it. Your computer's now in English. And I left instructions for how to do that on a Windows computer on a link that you can find down below if you have a Windows. The other thing you can do to increase your English environment is to listen to a podcast. I would recommend listening to a podcast for 20 minutes every day. You can just have it playing in the background while you cook breakfast, while you're washing the dishes, while you're doing your laundry or folding your clothes. Just having that in the background, your mind is going to absorb just the structure of the language. You will start to get used to how it sounds. So that's kind of more passively. Doing this more actively is also going to help you. In order to do this step more actively, I'd recommend listening to the podcast and reading along with the transcript. This is a good way to use step 3, English dictionary. When you come across words that you don't know, pause the podcast and look them up in an English dictionary and do your best to figure out what they mean only using English. Even as a native speaker, oftentimes I'll be reading a book and I won't recognize a word. And it's not because I don't know the word. I do know the word, but I haven't seen it written visually. And then once I sound it out, I say it out loud, I'm like, oh, I know what this word is. I just haven't seen it. So it's very useful to watch movies in English with the subtitles on and see what the words look like. That can also help with pronunciation when you're reading. And the same thing, if you come across a word that you don't know, pause it, look it up in an English dictionary. Step 3. Okay, moving on to step 5. Speak freely and get feedback. Start having English conversations right now. Whatever level you're at, find a language buddy. You could find a language buddy through a language learning app. It can be difficult to find someone to meet with you regularly. So another option is to find a one-on-one English language teacher, or even just a community tutor that you can meet with and schedule and meet with regularly and have conversations in English. I'm also a certified English teacher. So what I do with my students is I have them read a short story out loud. When you read a story out loud, you're speaking perfect English, right? And just going through the process of doing that is going to help you think in English more. Going through the motions of having a conversation and practicing what you need to practice, which is speaking, which is listening and responding in real time to a real person, is invaluable and also eventually where you want to be. So why not start doing it right now with someone who is trained to help you? let them have the conversation with you, ask them to let you speak for a while, and then ask them to point out the errors. The worst thing you can do is get the errors pointed out to you while you're talking. You need to be able to build your confidence. These are my tips. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this was helpful.